So here we are at the A Studios version of Muppet Labs. Dr. Bunsen, what do you have for us?
Well, babe, we already have one fully prepared blood-filled condom. Took our condom, took our syringe, extracted 2 loads of blood, and inserted into the condom.
Right. Rachel here's holding the Blade of Fury. How is it?
Heavy.
A weapon that's too big for Rachel. Who's Bunsen here?
This is Style, my trusty assistant.
Well, very rarely you see Mike and Style in the same shot. And speaking of Style, what are these?
Well, this is going to keep me clean today, Bay. Normally, as you know, if we were shooting a real film, the actor would get thoroughly bloodied, but I want to go home clean today.
Another form of protection.
Mike, go for your life.
Okay.
So, Mike, ready to taste cold steel?
Always.
Rachel, the blade. Oh, I've longed for this moment.
Hey, wait. Is there any possibility that you can actually slice him open?
None whatsoever. Mike here is a master of Iron Belly Kung Fu. Invulnerable. Style, the blood. Be prepared. Call it.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
What?
Well, you know, that was kind of fun. So, you know, when you've seen too many swordplay movies the way I have, you tend that...
I think you've just seen too many movies. Forget swordplay.
That's true. I'm guilty as charged. What I've noticed in the swordplay films I have seen is when you look at the weapons they use, look at that. Do you recognize it?
It's gaffer's tape.
Indeed. Do you know why it's there?
Nope.
Well, in the old days, when they first made Kung Fu films in Hong Kong, they would actually have people's hands sweaty in the humidity of a Hong Kong summer. The blades would fly out and injure people. So they just went to the electrical department, got some gaffer's tape, and wrapped it around the hilt.
Even though the movies were set back in the Ming and Qing dynasties?
And nobody ever noticed, apart from those from film geeks like myself.
Hey, speaking of swordplay films,
yes.
Do you think I could be a swordplay heroine?
Absolutely. I think every Chinese actress should do at least one wuxia pian. Go for it. Whereas the stars of the Kung Fu movies tended to be male, the stars of the swordplay epics were women warriors. There's never one around when you need one. And the preferred weapon of the woman warrior was...
A sword. A gim. It's double-edged and has a tip on the end. And the thing you were slicing Mike with was a dou, a knife.
Thank you, Professor Poon. Are you now ready to face the lightning swords of death?
Yes.
Go to it. It's on the swordplay dramas that the Hong Kong production designers could really let their imaginations run wild, particularly with these weapons, which are based on actual Chinese Kung Fu implements, but given an extra twist for cinematic value. And speaking of an extra twist and cinematic value, let's see how Rachel's doing. Well, Rachel, you really look like a star from a previous era. How you feel?
Good.
Okay, so, Alan.
Hey.
How about
Mama.
Oh.
Where go?
Anyway, how is this different from what you were doing earlier, about kicking and punching?
Well, everything has to be right and somehow graceful as well, so it actually feels more balletic.
That's so interesting, because actually some of the stars of this genre, like Cheng Pei and Michelle Yeoh, they didn't really come from a Kung Fu background. They were actually ballet dancers.
Just like Jean-Claude Van Damme.
That's actually true, as it happens. Anyway, are you ready to show your stuff?
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, Crouching Rachel, Hidden Poon. Oh! Okay, Rachel, for this next sequence, I want you to run along the wall, suspended only by this wire.
Do they test this?
They do.
On people?
Well, normally it's on sandbags, but don't worry about it. It's mind over matter. I don't mind.
Well, and I don't matter.
Speaking of which, can you be careful not to cut this guy with your sword?
So he can hit me with his pole, but I can't cut him with my sword.
Let me demonstrate. Ajay, 打我. 打力啲. Now, you might think I have arms of steel, which in fact I do. But the important thing is, this is actually rubber wrapped around plastic to make it more
Poingy.
In fact, when you see two masters fighting with a pole in a kung fu movie, this is probably what they're using. Would you like one to take home later?
Sure.
We shall arrange that. Gajo! So Rachel, congratulations. You've joined the long line of swordplay, kung fu, Chinese heroines. How do you feel?
I feel good. So what do you think the future holds for the Kung Fu cinema?
Well, I think these movies are kind of like the American Western or science fiction films. They're a genre that's always going to be made, as long as we have new stories, new ideas, and new stars to make them with.
Like me?
Yes.
Oh, come on. I'm cute, I'm pretty, I can do
Right.
action now, I'm cheap.
Cheap. Ah, yes, I hadn't thought about that. Cheap. It's always a good thing for a newcomer.